The Lord says, "Do not fear, for I am with you." In a world filled with turmoil and uncertainty, have you ever felt your heart tremble before the storms of life? Have you ever stood at the crossroads of fear, where darkness seems to swallow every glimmer of hope? Yet, pause and listen, for from his throne on high, God declares, "Fear not, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Isaiah the 41:10. This promise is not merely a verse from Scripture. It is a blazing torch that lights your path, a power that lifts you from the depths of anxiety. Life is fraught with challenges. There are days when we feel overwhelmed by the tempests of worry, fear, and doubt. Work may falter. Family struggles may arise. Health may weaken, or dreams may crumble like sand slipping through our fingers. In those moments, it's easy to forget that there is a God who watches over us, his arms ever open to lift us up. But God never forgets his children. He proclaims, "Fear not," not because life will be free of storms, but because he is the one steering the ship of your life. Take a moment to pause and listen. God's voice is not just an echo from ancient times. It is a living breath, vibrant and present in this very moment. He speaks not in vagueness, but with clarity and strength, like a mountain standing firm amid a raging flood. I am with you. This is a promise that never wavers, unbound by time or circumstance. Wherever you stand, whether your heart is shattered or your hope is ablaze, God is there, closer than your very breath. Let these words sink deep into your soul. Fear not because you are strong, but because God is your strength. Fear not because you have all the answers, but because he is the wisdom guiding you. Fear not because you possess everything, but because God is everything you need. Fear is a part of being human. It creeps into our minds, sowing seeds of doubt and dimming the light of faith. Some fear failure, abandonment, or the unknown. Others fear they are not enough, not good enough, not worthy, not capable of overcoming the challenges ahead. But God did not create us to live in fear. He created us to live in love, in freedom, and in the unshakable confidence that he is always by our side. When God says fear not, he is not merely issuing a command. He is imparting the strength to triumph. Fear is a silent enemy, but God is a resounding victor. He does not ask us to deny fear, but invites us to face it with courage that comes from him. Each time you hear the whisper of fear, remember, there is a louder, mightier voice proclaiming, "I am with you." God's advice is simple yet profound. Trust in me. Do not let fear shape your life. Do not let the murmurs of doubt drown out his promise. Stand tall, lift your head, and walk forward with the assurance that the Creator of the universe holds your hand. For I am with you. This is the heart of all God declares. His presence is not an abstract idea, but a living reality. He is not far off on a heavenly throne, but right here, in every beat of your heart, in every tear you shed, in every smile you share. He is the God of the small and the grand, of ordinary moments and life-changing events. What does God's presence bring? First, it brings peace. Not the fleeting peace of the world, where everything must be perfect to feel at ease, but a peace that surpasses understanding. It is a calm that anchors your soul, even when the world around you crumbles. When you know God is with you, you can face any trial without being consumed. Second, His presence brings strength. You do not have to bear every burden alone. God is not only your guide, but also your sustainer, lifting you when your legs grow weary. He gives you the power to rise after every fall, to keep fighting even when hope seems lost. Finally, His presence brings hope. No matter how bleak the future appears or how painful the past, God still declares, "I am with you." He is the one who makes all things new. He can turn deserts into springs, transform pain into songs of victory. With God, nothing is impossible. God does not merely say, "Fear not, for I am with you," to comfort. He says it to guide. Within this promise, He offers timeless lessons for living a life of purpose and faith. Pray in all circumstances. Prayer is the cord that binds you to God. It is not just words, but an opening of the heart, a moment when you place your fears, hopes, and dreams into His hands. When you pray, you invite God into your life, and He will answer in the way that is best. Listen to God's voice. His voice does not always come in thunder or grand miracles. Sometimes He speaks through a sense of peace, a clear thought, or wise counsel from another. Set aside time for stillness to listen, and you will discern His guidance. Act with faith. God does not promise a life without hardship, but He promises the strength to overcome. Do not wait for perfection to begin. Take steps, even small ones, trusting that God walks with you. Love and forgive. Fear often closes our hearts, but God calls us to open them. Love others, forgive those who have hurt you, and live with compassion. This is how you reflect God's love to the world. Always remember His promise. When doubt creeps in, when fear rises, remind yourself, God is with me. Etch these words on your heart, letting them be the lamp that lights every turn in your journey. Living with the words, "Fear not, for I am with you," is living with a transformed mindset. It is choosing each day to trust God over circumstances. It is deciding to place your hope in Him, even when the world claims all is meaningless. It is a journey of courage, love, and faith. Imagine a world where everyone lives by this promise. Fear would lose its grip, doubt would vanish, and love would reign. This is the world God invites us to build, not by our own strength, but through His presence. Today, let God's words echo within you. When trials come, hear Him say, "Fear not." When you feel alone, remember He declares, "I am with you." And when you don't know where to go, trust that He is leading you to blessings beyond your imagination. Fear often comes like a shadow, clouding the mind and obscuring the truths we once held dear. It makes us forget our strength, our hope, and sometimes even ourselves. But God, the eternal light, never lets darkness have the final word. When He says, "Fear not, for I am with you," He hands you a torch to dispel every gloom, empowering you to walk boldly even in the darkest hours. Think of the moments when you felt most lost. Perhaps standing before a daunting decision, every path seeming to lead to a dead end, or facing a loss so deep it tore your heart apart, leaving you with no strength to carry on. In those times, fear's voice rises, whispering that you are not enough, that there is no way out. But listen closer. Beneath the storm's roar, a gentle yet steadfast voice speaks, "I am with you." This promise is a light piercing the night. It does not guarantee that darkness will vanish instantly, but it assures you that you never face it alone. God is not only the light that guides, but also the companion who holds your hand through every step. He does not demand that you conquer fear alone. He invites you to let him fight for you. With God, no darkness is too deep, no fear too great. Take this promise as a weapon. When fear arises, proclaim, "God is with me." Let these words become your anthem, the rhythm of your heart. Do not let darkness define you, for you are a child of light, called by God and loved unconditionally. One of the deepest lessons God offers through "Fear not, for I am with you" is surrender. Surrender is not giving up or letting go in despair. It is an act of faith, a choice to place every worry, plan, and dream into his loving hands. It is saying, "Lord, I don't know the way ahead, but I trust you know, and you will lead me." Surrender requires courage. It asks you to release the need to control everything, to let go of the fear that without your grip, all will fall apart. But here is the truth. When you surrender to God, you do not lose strength. You gain a greater strength, the strength of the Creator of heaven and earth. He never lets those who trust him be put to shame. Picture a child holding their father's hand on a rugged path. The child does not need to know the destination or understand every turn. They only need to hold tight and walk. God is your Father, inviting you to take his hand. When you surrender, you find not only peace, but also the discovery that the path he leads you on is far better than you ever dreamed. Surrender and fear not. Do not let tomorrow's worries steal today's joy. Do not let the burdens of the past pull you from the blessings of the present. Place everything in God's hands, and you will see him turn the impossible into reality. Why can we be fearless? Why can we walk in faith despite a world full of unrest? The answer lies in God's love. "I am with you" is not just a promise of presence, but a declaration of his boundless love. This love is the foundation of all courage, the source of all hope. God's love is unlike any earthly love. It does not depend on who you are, what you've done, or whether you feel worthy. He loves you even when you feel unlovable. In your weakest moments, when you stumble, or when you turn away. This love is why he says, "Fear not." Let this love sink deep into your heart. When you know the Creator loves you with an unfading love, you find the strength to face any challenge. Fear cannot stand against God's perfect love. Doubt dissolves when you realize he has chosen you, called you by name, and promised never to forsake you. Living with "Fear not, for I am with you" is a journey. It is not a single moment that changes everything, but a series of daily choices to trust God over fear. Each step you take, each time you choose to hear His voice over fears, you draw closer to true freedom. This journey is not always easy. There will be days when you feel weak, when doubt seems stronger than faith. But remember, God does not demand perfection. He only asks for your willingness to let Him lead, to let Him lift you. Every time you fall, He is there to raise you. Every time you stray, He is there to guide you back. God's words are your compass for this journey. When faced with a tough choice, ask, Lord, what do you want me to do? When fear grips you, pray, Lord, remind me you are with me. When you grow weary, rest in His arms, knowing He is working even when you cannot see. The words, "Fear not, for I am with you," are not just comfort, but a foundation for a fulfilling life. When you live by this promise, every aspect of your life, work, family, dreams, and goals is transformed. In your work, do all things with the faith that God guides you. Whether facing pressure or failure, remember He is with you, and His plan is greater than what you see. In your family, love and forgive, even when it's hard. Let God's words remind you that His love is enough to heal every wound, to bridge every divide. In your dreams, dare to step forward with courage. Do not let fear stop you from pursuing what God has placed in your heart. He does not call you to a mundane life, but to one of meaning and purpose. Life is not always sunny days or smooth paths. Sometimes, storms strike suddenly, sweeping away all sense of security and leaving us with unanswered questions. It may be a profound loss, a crushing failure, or a pain so deep it stills the heart. In those moments, fear seems like the only companion, whispering that hope is gone, that you will never rise again. Yet, in the heart of the storm, God's voice rings clearer than ever. Fear not, for I am with you. This is no shallow comfort, but a steadfast promise, an anchor holding your life's ship steady amid raging waves. God does not promise to stop every storm, but He vows to be your refuge, the strength that keeps you standing when all seems lost. God's advice in the storm is, anchor yourself to me. Do not let fear's waves sweep you away. Do not let the clamor of circumstances drown out His voice. Pray, even if your prayer is a faint cry for help. Trust, even if your faith is as small as a mustard seed. And remember, no matter how fierce the storm, God is with you, holding your hand, leading you to a harbor of peace. Let "I am with you" be your song in the storm. Sing it, even if your voice trembles. Proclaim this promise, even if your heart is heavy. For when you choose to trust God on the edge of life and death, you will see Him work wonders, turning the storm into a testament to His love and power. Fear, though an enemy of faith, can become a doorway to draw closer to God if you view it through His lens. Every fear is an invitation, a chance to realize your strength is limited, but God's is infinite. When He says, "Fear not, for I am with you," He not only dispels fear, but invites you into a deeper relationship with Him, where you discover who He is and who you truly are in Him. How do you turn fear into opportunity? First, acknowledge it. Do not pretend you are fearless or hide it behind a facade of strength. God does not need your perfection. He needs your honesty. Bring your fear to Him. Place it in His hands and say, "Lord, I am afraid, but I trust you are with me." That honesty is the first step to stripping fear of its power. Second, seek God in your fear. When fear rises, spend time in prayer, reflection, and listening for His voice. Ask, "Lord, what do you want to teach me through this trial?" He may be calling you to learn patience, to let go, or to trust Him more. Every fear is a lesson, and God is a loving teacher, always ready to guide you. Finally, act in faith. Do not let fear imprison you. Take a step, even a small one, trusting God is with you. It might be forgiving someone who hurt you, pursuing a dream you thought impossible, or simply rising each day with renewed hope. Every act of faith is a hammer breaking fear's chains, a declaration that you belong to God and He is strong enough to lead you. God says, "Fear not, for I am with you," is not just a phrase, but an invitation, a promise, and a source of strength. It is a compass for life, a flame warming the soul, a door to true freedom. Embrace these words, live by them, and let them transform you. God is with you, today and forever. Fear not, for He is all you need, all you need, all you need